Hi everyone, this is Louise from 805 Soap, and today I'm going to be talking about colorants, different colorants for melt and pour base. When you use melt and pour, the clear bases will get you the most vibrant colors in your soap. In a white base, it'll be more opaque, but some of you are familiar with it. These are soap blocks. It's colorant blocks, I'm sorry. These are color blocks, and they're sold at most of the vendors that we all use out there. You can look at them on my forum. There's a whole vendor list on them. These are color blocks, and what you do is you melt your base down and you add the color block to it, and these will give you a vibrant color. And then you have a choice of liquid colorants. These are mostly mixed with either water or with glycerin. Sometimes what happens is that if there's too much glycerin, it can make your soap sweat a little bit more, but they're still great to use and mix in colorants. And then these are the dry powdered colorants. These are micas. And micas are sold at most of the vendors also. So if you get a mica, what you do is you mix the mica in with rubbing alcohol. And all you do is you take some of this, you put it in here, you take your spray bottle of rubbing alcohol, and you spritz it in here, and it breaks it up into a liquid. You cannot store this for a long period of time. What happens is the alcohol evaporates, and it will evaporate in your soap also. As you can see, there's probably a tablespoon of liquid in there. And if you put it in your soap, it'll just evaporate. So don't worry about the alcohol lasting in your soap or drying anything. It doesn't do that. What it does is it creates less glycerin to have your soap sweating. So this has been my experience with this. You can get micas at most vendors, and most vendors sell them. I put them in baby jars instead of packages because I don't like the packaging. My hands get in there and then they get all dirty. I just converted them over into little baby jars. A friend of mine's sister had a baby, so I asked her for all the baby jars. This works really well. I bought some of these they're a tad and a dash and a pinch, and this is a dash. And I just put a little bit in there, and if you need more color, you just add a little bit more. Only mix what you're going to use. Don't mix it in big batches, mix it in smaller batches. This gives the color, the clear base, a really sparkling, vibrant color, and it's just really, really pretty in soaps. So you have some choices when you soap. I also use turmeric for a yellow, and turmeric is a seasoning, and it turns it into a yellow colorant. I'll show you how I do this. And it does leave a little bit of speckles, but it's just really a nice yellow, like a honey color. And so there you go. You got a little bit of a yellow color there just with turmeric. So like I said, I've just experiment with what you have, but most of the dry colorants I add with rubbing alcohol, 70%. Rubbing alcohol is what you use. And the other thing too is that they don't store, so if you let this dry out, it'll become a powder again. And then all you do is, if you want to use it again, just hit it with alcohol again, and there'll be more color in there. So don't throw it away. Keep this. That's why I keep them in little plastic containers, and then I stack them. They look kind of grungy, but I stack them, and then I'll start all over again with them. But the other thing too is that with micas, the neon micas, don't mix well. They're the only ones that don't mix well with rubbing alcohol. You're going to have to use a glycerin or olive oil with them. So with the regular micas, they'll mix well with the rubbing alcohol, but just test it and make sure that it's all broken down and that it's watery and that's the color that you want. So anyways, that's just a tip for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll talk to you later. Bye.